Previously on X-Men.
Get a chance to have some Italian sausage, dude, it's on.
Yo, hey, thank you for joining us for the Designated Drinkers episode number 19. No, 20.
20.
Episode 20. We made 20 of these. You should be proud of us. I usually don't do these things, and I don't commit to anything in my life.
I thought you were going to say, I don't usually count up to 20. And I was like, what?
That too.
Yeah?
In English.
I feel
Once
tired.
Once he gets to 20, he has to go
As you can tell, that was not our usual intro. That's because you've joined us on the Dork's Corner, where we're going to talk about comic books this episode. So if you want to skip, you can, but don't, because it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be marvelous. You're
Yeah.
going to enjoy it so much. Get your pocket protectors out and your dice and your,
Push up them
and your
glasses.
virginity, because it's all coming out now.
That's right. Today, joining me is myself, Carlo.
Darian.
It's Joe.
Angelo.
Thanks, guys, for joining me today in this fantastic episode. Anyways, we're gonna it's gonna be a regular episode, and we're probably gonna talk more about movies, video games, and comic books, like we kind of do when we do like a dorky episode like this. Mm-hmm. So we all did a top 5 superheroes that we all either grew up and loved or, enjoyed. So I am going to go with my number 5 first, and we're all going to talk about them and whatever. But my top 5, well, first I'm going to just do my number 5. My number 5 is Wolverine. That's why X-Men, I did that, because he was one of my favorite superheroes when I was a middle schooler.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the
And
the
Gambit.
show?
Gambit. That
Gambit
was
was a fucking baller.
Gambit.
Right.
Gambit was awesome.
Yeah,
shit.
he was boss.
With
He
his
was
thought,
always
yeah.
he was always chasing around fucking Rogue's puss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But you can't blame him. The
No.
way that they drew Rogue
yeah.
Right?
in that damn oh my god, those tits were for real.
Yeah. That was not for a kid my age.
I drink her pee just to see where it came from.
Or was it?
I let her sit on my face.
I
And
think
then you would die.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
She'd be like, hey,
I
sugar.
die a happy man. All right.
So yeah, it was funny because he always he had that like little like Louisiana
Yeah.
swang, and then she
Right.
had that little like southern thing about
Yeah.
her. I was like, she's hot as fuck, and he might stick that goddamn staff up in her one day.
Oh, Sherry, I just want to blow up inside you.
For real.
Right?
Put that ace right on the monkey.
Now, when we're doing this list, are you like 5 as being like your least favorite?
he's made my top 5,
Well, yeah.
but he's not my favorite, and we'll get to
Okay.
number 1 as we talk through
Okay,
this
'cause
episode.
then I kind of fucked up because I
So-
was just trying to think of people.
Well, just list them.
Well, go with your bottom guy. So your favorite, but your number 5, basically.
Okay. Thor. Yeah, I picked Thor. I don't know.
Thor?
I just, badass. Plus, I like the Norse mythology that they incorporate in
And
it.
he gets all the puss.
He really does.
I got all the puss.
Especially since, Chris Hemsworth plays him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thor knows how to throw that hammer down.
Hell yeah.
And he flicks some beans, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. And not to mention, he did fuck Natalie Portman,
Right?
in my mind. Which she's
He
hot.
did.
She's hot.
So the only thing about, for example, I have seen 99.9% of the Marvel movies that have come out, besides Thor: Dark World.
I mean,
I cannot get into that fucking movie, dude. I've tried like 3 times, and I've sat there and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch this, and then I just get bored.
I've never seen
It
it
is
at all.
so boring to me.
I liked it.
I thought it was a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess I should
it's-
probably just push
yeah.
through it.
You know what one did that for me? Doctor Strange.
I like Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
But
I
because
can
I
agree.
don't know, like, I didn't know really much about Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, so all the stuff that he was doing, I was like, okay, it is what it is, but it ain't that fucking cool because I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know the backstory. I didn't even know the guy's fucking powers or whatever before he started.
He reminds me a lot of DC's Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
much the
and
same
I'm biased more to DC than Marvel.
I can't go with you on that one.
Actually, I'll have to agree with Darian on that. I'm more inclined to like DC comic books.
Yeah, of course.
Than anything else. I like their TV shows much better too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. They've done it. They've done it really well with the TV shows.
Right.
Definitely.
So who's your
top five,
who's your
Joe?
number five?
My top five.
Just the number five.
I kind of cheated because I went for Sandman. I don't know if no one's ever heard of it. It's done by Neil Gaiman. It's DC. It used to be like he used to be like a weird character that they made like in the 30s. And then they brought him back. Neil Gaiman brought him back and made him kind of like this cool, dark. It kind of reminds me of like a little bit of The Crow. And have you guys ever seen like the movie?
Oh yeah,
And,
I love The Crow.
And a little bit
All
of
five
like,
of the movies are shitty.
and like a little bit of like Spawn, and it's really cool. If you guys have never seen that comic book, it's really nice. And the artistry is really good.
All right, so tell me about this Sandman because I know nothing about him.
Other than
I'm
he's
interested
a
in
villain
this.
with Spider-Man.
So he's not. It's not. When you hear Sandman, you originally think Sandman, made out of
Obviously.
sand, right? His whole thing is like the Sandman that comes to your dreams. So
Alright, okay.
essentially, he is the Lord of Dreams, and his story is basically it starts off where like these seances happening, and they're trying to like capture his brother, which is the devil, but they capture him instead, and they keep him in there for like hundreds of years, and then finally, like the spell gets released is weak enough, he leaves, and then he's extracting revenge, and he's trying to find all his magical items, like to get back to full power, and I really like it.
Is it comic book or graphic novel?
It's a graphic novel.
Okay.
I have like the first 2 or 3 comics in my house if anyone wants to borrow them.
All right, I might have to check that out then.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna Google it, but I'm pretty sure Neil Gaiman did a book called The Graveyard, and it sounds very like. From reading the book, it sounds like something he's like into that dark.
Oh yeah, he is.
That dark kind of like, and it was something. I read the book. It was like a required reading for some fucking English class I took, but it was.
Yeah, I hate those fucking.
It was something about like there was a graveyard, and then basically it was kind of like The Sixth Sense, where this person was like had a friend. And then at the end of the book, you find out that the friend is a ghost type thing.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. If you haven't read it,
It's a twist.
go fuck yourself. You never took
you guys-
English 101.
I don't remember the name of it, but I think everyone had to read it at one point in like middle school.
Catcher in the Rye.
That no, but yes and no.
We didn't
No,
have to
that's-
read that.
You did not have to read Catcher in the Rye.
You never read Catcher in the Rye?
No.
What do you like, Cleveland schools?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so-
why.
No shit.
You
Yeah.
guys focus more on.
We had that. What's it called? It's the one where the Watsons or whatever go to Birmingham or something.
the fuck book is that?
It's like it's set in like the 1950s, so like around where the civil rights movement was headed, and like it follows this like black family headed to Alabama, and like it's like you know like in Alabama around that time they had like that really big like church bombing, so it's essentially about that story.
No shit. Dude,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was
Well,
way better.
that story sounds great.
The book was
Not the church bombing.
Yeah, no, not the church.
Yeah, we're checking with you on that.
I have to say, one book that I loved reading in high school, Dante's Inferno. That book was great. You guys know what Dante's Inferno is about? Besides the
right.
video game?
No, yeah, I definitely do. The seven levels of hell,
Yeah,
right?
Yes, how Dante travels through the 7 layers of hell so he can eventually, how the game put it, meet his true love who got killed. But in all essence, in real time, he never met this chick a day in his life. He pretty much looked at her afar and was like, oh, she's hot. I want to get in that. But more, European talking and shit like that.
So essentially, it's like the beginning. It's like the first like read through of a Mario game.
Yeah,
Of a
kinda.
Mario game?
Yeah. Oh, look, it's the Princess Peach and the plumber. Yeah. Oh shit. Fuck.
What?
No, I found it is the same guy.
Yeah, it's the same
Oh,
guy.
shit, really?
Oh, Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Sweet.
I'm just happy that I remembered something from college.
You made a mention of that, and it reminded me of this story that we read in middle school or high school, but it was about Sorry, my levels are off a bit. It was about this family that moves into this town. It's called The Lottery. That's what it's fucking called. You guys ever read The Lottery?
Oh, it's a short book. It's
Yeah.
like a short story. Yes, I know that one. Yes.
To
I don't
this
think
day-
I have.
To this day, I still remember it. It's essentially a family moves into this town, and the town they have a lottery, and somebody gets killed if they get picked in the
Yeah.
lottery.
Huh? Like
They get
like
stoned
the
to
number.
death.
So their number gets picked and they die, or they don't die.
No, their number gets picked and they die.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The fuck you doing over there, Angelo?
Deadpool selfie, bitch.
Oh,
Oh, but where's the fucked up face?
I don't have a fucked up face.
You kinda do.
I have a fucked up hairline. Respect the difference.
I got a fucked up hairline too.
okay,
I just chose
so-
to take it all off.
myself,
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine or Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I broke my list down into 2 separate categories because
Okay.
I have a problem with lumping all the superheroes into one because it's not fair. Some motherfuckers are just badass. Other motherfuckers have badass abilities.
Right.
So there's a difference. So
Yeah.
my number 5, and I'll give you each list.
Okay.
He's over.
Number 5 for the non-superpower list would be Batman. Right?
That's your least favorite.
Yeah. Like, Batman's cool, but he's not that cool because he's a fucking billionaire. Like, okay, so
True,
you're
but
doing
he's
whatever,
trained.
like, any fucking rich, like, kid could do. Like, go fuck yourself,
Right,
alright?
essentially.
You just happened to, you know, do some good with it. But you're still a spoiled little rich shit, right? So, but he's cool. I'll give it to him. Like,
I'm
know
gonna
you-
have to decline. I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
I know you have Injustice 2.
yeah.
There's at the ending of Injustice 2, there is a moment where you either pick Batman or Superman.
Yeah.
Who did you pick?
Superman.
What?
Superman sucks dick.
God, Superman's such an asshole.
Why?
Cause he became a goddamn murderer.
He
He
did.
didn't become a murderer. He did what needed to be done.
In the Injustice storyline, he fucking killed and lobotomized people. You realize what that entails, right?
Okay, so you're gonna get up on your high horse and go, oh, we're just gonna beat everybody up. Nobody needs to die. Look, there's bitches that need to die.
Yeah,
And
that's
the man made a
understood.
fucking choice.
But that's also
and I
crossing the line.
respect
One person.
him for that.
Really?
Look, no. Alright, so,
What
alright.
about killing half of the Justice League just for siding with Batman?
Oh, that's right.
He killed Oliver Queen before
Now-
Oliver Queen 2 came into the picture.
That is where I, because Arrow is on my list, and you'll find out where he is on this. But that makes me cry. However, comma, sometimes you gotta kill a motherfucker.
You gotta kill a bitch.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
but
wait,
that's-
you're telling me that Superman, I mean that Green Arrow is higher than Batman in your list?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
No
Oh,
shit. Okay.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Arrow. No. Okay. Batman. Yeah, he's a spoiled little rich brat, but then he left to go learn all these abilities of fighting styles and become a great detective. He didn't start off as Batman. He started off as a detective.
Wait, Green Arrow does the same thing.
No, he doesn't. He's no detective. He spent 5 years on a fucking
He's more of a
island.
hunter.
Yeah, he's
and a
more-
bounty hunter.
He's
Baller.
He's a baller.
essentially Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, is just a copy of Batman.
No.
Yes,
no,
he
no,
is.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
shit. He is.
no, no.
Hello, Batman came out before Green Arrow. All right.
But
Okay.
you can't. All right. So, in the timelines of the comic book, you can't. You know, just because one was created before the other one, does that mean that the Corvette is superior to the Maserati because the Corvette was out earlier? No, the Maserati's still a fucking badder bitch,
Well,
right?
yeah, that's
so,
cars.
but you can't. But I'm just saying, you can't say, "Oh, this was out first." Like, that's not.
He's a
You
copy.
can't.
When it comes down to it,
But
look
they're
up
all
each-
copies of each other.
Right. Okay, look, you mentioned that. You're talking about Deadpool and Deathstroke. Deadpool is a legitimate copy
Of Deathstroke.
of Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Except he's better.
He was supposed to be a joke, really. All
Wait.
it
He was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Who's better?
Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
You You almost got into a fight on that one.
I mean, I really like Deathstroke. I think.
Oh,
he's
I love Deathstroke.
awesome.
I love Deathstroke. I love Deadshot too.
Deadshot's awesome.
But
too.
if you look at it, look at like the Batcave. He's got an Arrow in the comics have his own little cave too.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it's the same thing. They're both billionaires.
I
Kind of
understand that.
it's
But
just the copy.
here's the thing. You went from spoiled little rich kid
They're both spoiled.
that almost died and had to actually overcome some shit
So did
and become a fucking man. And then you got Bruce Wayne that didn't really have to overcome some shit,
he
right?
went off and trained with a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah, of his own volition. He didn't.
Right.
He didn't have
wasn't
to.
thrusted on.
Yeah,
Yes.
he didn't have to become a man. He chose to do this, which is admirable in its own right. Right,
True.
that he chose. He didn't get. He basically made the choice. So I'll give him that. All right, Batman, one little tick. However, a fucking batarang compared to a bow and arrow,
Look
like
at the time frames that they came
that's
out.
some bullshit.
Oh, but you keep repeating yourself on that. I'll
Listen.
give him that.
Well, yeah,
I-
obviously,
I-
bow and
I
arrow
think
is
I'm gonna be
better
that-
than
Let's just
a
stop it.
boomerang.
I think we should stop it.
Wait,
And
no,
let's keep
I'm
going.
gonna be the tiebreaker on this. When it came to that argument, I'm not siding on when it comes to who was better, Green Arrow or Batman. But when it came to that argument, I'm gonna say that Angelo did beat you on that because
Well,
of the
yeah.
points that he made. You did make some good points on that.
He did. No, he did make good points.
You made
He
great
did make
points
good
on it, but I think his argument was a little more. I dug it a little more. That's all. I'm being impartial. I'm being impartial here.
So let's just say.
Let's not
but
give it-
I have
yeah.
another one
Hold on.
because
Who's
of
his? What's your other one?
the way that I separated the lists.
Superpowers.
Superpowers. Number 5 goes to Hulk.
Oh yeah, I like Hulk. Hulk's always been awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, like for me, it's like he's at the bottom of the list because he's not like. There's no like real altruism, or there's no like he just gets fucking mad.
Yeah.
And then he does shit, and it happens to benefit people. He doesn't do it for the
not a-
purpose of benefiting people.
I
You know what I
wouldn't
mean?
even really consider him
like
a hero.
I wouldn't really. Yeah, he's not really a hero.
No.
He's just
He just gets fucking lucky and
like he just eats a fucking like
I lost
nuke
respect.
or something like that, and and people happen to benefit from it. It's
You know,
like, yeah,
you
good
guys,
job, bud.
You guys ever seen Planet Hulk?
yes,
It's really
No.
good, and it's actually
Netflix?
Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's worth a watch.
Okay.
But so the whole point of it is the Justice League sends Hulk to another planet
because
he's taken over Bruce.
essentially, yeah,
So the race has been taken over by Bruce, and
Bruce is practically no more.
right. So the Justice League takes.
You mean Avengers?
Yeah, the Avengers. Sorry,
You're good.
So the Avengers takes Hulk, puts him in a ship, and then sends him to another planet.
Let me just interject. There's going to be at least 4 extremely nerdy dudes that were just jerking off in their basement, and you just ruined it.
I fucked up when he said Justice
No.
League. I'm out of here.
What do you mean? You fucked my come up, man. Come on.
I think it'd be.
Have ever read? I kind of fucked up right there. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever read Old Man Logan, but Old Man Logan is a that's one of the comics I've read that I actually really like.
I think it's almost the same as the movie, right?
No, it's completely different.
Really?
We can go when we actually get into the comics. I'll talk about it, but I lost respect for Hulk
For Hulk?
after reading that comic. Granted, it's different than it's a graphic novel, so it's kind of its own thing. It's different
Right.
from, but I lost respect for the guy, the monster. But we'll move on.
Well,
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it later.
One last thing about Hulk. I think the whole storyline of Planet Hulk is going to come into play for the new
Ragnarok?
The new Ragnarok
That
movie.
makes sense. That's what it looked
because
like.
because of the fact that Hulk it's all about Hulk being a gladiator.
Essentially, yeah, and then
Yeah, dude, and
taking over.
it's fucking awesome.
a great
I
movie.
really like Planet Hulk a lot.
Fun facts. Now that you mentioned Planet Hulk, did you know that Wolverine became a character because of the Hulk?
Really?
Yeah, his first time ever coming out was him fighting the Hulk. It was Wolverine versus the Hulk.
You know,
Oh, that's also a really, really good
The
animated
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Thor, isn't it Thor,
Thor.
versus the Hulk? The
Yeah.
Hulk is also pretty good.
Iron Man was supposed to die when he first started, because in the comics, I've actually read this comic when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
The government sends a guy in a metal suit out to fight the Hulk because Hulk's fucking shit up, and he's got his like Gen 1, like, you know, in the movie, you know, he makes his Iron Man suit out of, you know, fucking iron
bullshit.
yeah, iron bullshit, and that's his suit. He didn't get his super high tech suit, and in the comic, Hulk beats the living fuck out of him and pretty much leaves him to fucking die, and the government comes to, you know, the fucking, I don't know what you want to call it. Not even his aid. They after this is all gone and Hulk jumps away or super fucking runs away or whatever the fuck you want to say. He like come in and he's just fucking lying there, bloodied, and practically his suit is all caved in and won't be able to get out. And the government kind of just fucking leaves him there.
That sounds pretty awesome.
I'll have to tell you about my favorite comic in a little bit because.
Okay.
We're going to get to it if we're going down our list.
Right.
We're going to get to it, and it's fucking phenomenal, and I hope you guys have read it as well. But we shall see. We are going to see where we draw the line on people that I like on this podcast.
He's obviously not going to like these two, Joe and Carlo, because...
Yeah?
What?
You're the one who argued with him. What the fuck?
They have more hair on that head.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like an outcast here. Like I'm like we're cool, we're bald, but like I'm the only one not wearing glasses.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
But I do have fucked up eyes, so I'm here.
Go, yeah.
I'm with you guys.
So wait, whose turn is it? Mine?
You.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
would go with
you
number
would go,
4.
My number 4 is gonna be What did I didn't write it down. I thought about them when I was driving here.
Shame.
But I thought about them. I didn't just like.
I think about a lot of
Damn
things
it.
like boobs and pussy, but you know I don't write it shit down.
All right, you're gonna have to come back to me. It just skipped my mind. I'm
Okay.
gonna write them. Oh no, wait, never mind. Green Lantern.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's not my top one.
Which one?
I'll go with that.
He's one of my
Which one?
favorites.
Can I just say something about your top 5?
What?
I have a very sneaking suspicion that our top 5s are going to be really close the same, and that's kind of weird.
Wait,
That's
but
funny.
hold on. Which Green Lantern?
Hal Jordan,
Hal Jordan, you don't
the
like?
Green Lantern,
The
Well, yes.
original.
OG Green Lantern.
Well, yeah, but I forgot the guy's name.
Kyle Ryder?
Is that the
black guy?
There's
yeah, the black guy. I'm not trying to be racist.
I don't remember his name.
I mean, it's the black guy.
Yeah.
It's
Not racist.
It's Michael Jordan. No, I'm just kidding.
That was good.
That's good.
All right, so what makes
Green
Lantern
Lantern is
above Wolverine? 'Cause
above Wolverine. What do you mean above Wolverine? First of all,
You said Wolverine was number 5.
You
Yeah.
realize Wolverine.
Green Lantern
oh
is
hell
number
yes.
4. How is he above
Wolverine?
Wolverine?
Yeah.
I'm saying, what do you mean? How do you even compare them? Green Lantern's amazing.
So is Wolverine.
Wolverine's got healing powers in the claw. Green Lantern's human. He was. Go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say he was picked.
Well, he
Picked
was he actually
as
picked though?
the protector of Earth and our galaxy.
Was he actually picked, or did he just stumble upon the ring?
Wait,
Oh
so
no, the ring chooses you.
Well,
that's true.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
true.
that is also.
So,
Yeah, I do
wait.
agree with that.
You're telling me that a guy with fucking an adamantium skull or skeleton that regenerates
That can.
and is pretty much indestructible is below a guy that fucking accessorizes? Get the fuck out of here.
It's
Get
been proven.
the fuck outta
It's
here.
also been proven that a drop of Wolverine's blood can regenerate himself. If he's like literally something literally destroying him,
but, I mean,
one drop of blood, he can come back.
With it, you can also talk about the fact that I think Hal Jordan has had every ring in the spectrum, which is
He's also
pretty
died.
awesome. Huh?
He's dead.
Hal Jordan?
Hal Jordan
So
dies.
you're
and
saying
comes
he's
back.
autistic.
Well, yeah, he
That's-
yeah.
And thus, Wolverine has never died.
Well, no, Wolverine's died. You were just talking about.
There's been a
Old Man
comic where he
Logan
died.
comics.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He dies, and Old Man.
But
doesn't
he
die in
comes
it?
back. He does
Hal
not.
Jordan
in
come
the
back.
actual.
So does Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can understand where my I can insert my 12-foot shoe in my mouth on that one.
Go ahead.
Well, listen, for monetary gains, they all fucking come back. Let's
Oh,
not,
yeah.
let's not fucking around.
Yeah.
They're all invincible.
Well, you know the
as
funny.
long as the money's
True.
flowing.
Yeah.
or as long as Flash is running,
Yeah.
because it is.
That's the only thing he knows
and-
how to do is fuck up and go back in time.
That's right. That is the timeline, and this is Joe and I got into this thing where we started reading the Blackest Night comics. And the thing about Blackest Night, it's a whole saga. It's not just like 10 comic books or anything like that. It's literally expands from like
a whole bunch of different superhero comics.
yeah.
Okay.
We ended up finding legally on the internet the whole saga of it, and we started reading them. And it's not
Good for
just
you guys.
it's not just like
It's not just Green Lanterns.
it's
You
not
go to
just Green
Green
Lantern.
Lantern, Batman,
Superman,
what is it, Suicide Squad?
a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Because in Blackest Night, there's a guardian essentially that goes rogue, and he creates this black ring that gets sent. These black rings are like essentially like flies, and it's really awesome the way they made it. But they go into graveyards and pick superheroes, the strongest superheroes, and they bring them back to life.
Interesting.
And their goal is just to kill other superheroes.
Yeah.
And make more people eat the rings.
Right,
Huh.
dude. It is legit one of my favorite comics that I've
It's
read.
it's like if superheroes had their version of zombies.
Right.
Yeah. So if your dick gets hard when someone mentions zombies, this is the comic book for you.
For this one, Superman's dead in this comic.
Yeah.
And one of the rings brings him back, and it is fucking scary, dude. It is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because when he comes back to life, the thing about it, it's not just the rings. It's not just like, oh, I'm back to life. I don't want to fight against you. It's I have all my memories that when I died, but now I'm using them against you. Like, oh, we loved each other. I fucking hate you now. You did this to me.
Yeah, you let me die.
You let me die and things like that. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But so that's why I really fell in love with the Green Lantern comics because of that entire saga.
I might have to look into that.
Oh, it's so good.
It's
I have
so
them.
good.
Read them.
Yeah, I might have checked that out too.
All right? So who's next?
Darren.
Darian, you're number 4.
My number 4, Red Hood.
Oh, I like Red Hood.
Red
Okay.
Hood's cool.
Okay.
Plus, his backstory is dark as fuck, and America fucking picked it.
Oh yeah,
America.
that's always been a great thing to
America.
bring up in like any comic book things. Was the fact that for people that are listening that aren't really into comic books, Red Hood is
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd,
Second Robin.
Second Robin. That's right. And there was a moment where a lot of people weren't very happy with the comics at one point. So what they did was they held a contest.
At the back of the issue, before something happened, they put a survey, and everybody sends it in. Because essentially nobody liked Jason Todd because they thought
He was too cocky.
He's
and
too
stuff like
he's
that.
too cocky, and they're like, this is just a fucking shitty Dick Grayson, who is the first Robin, and they essentially were like, you know what? At the end of the comic, he gets captured by the Joker, and the next issue would tell what happens, whether he lives or dies, and everybody picked that he died.
Yeah.
And people say, "Oh, it was rigged," because you could you could buy like 10 comics and be like, "Die, die, 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 die."
I thought it was a phone. No, they set up a phone number, Darian.
It was a phone line.
Yeah, it's
It
a
was a
phone line.
phone line?
You would call in that phone, and you would pick either Jason Todd dies or he doesn't.
Yeah, yeah. And they picked that he dies, and then some time later they brought him back as the Red Hood, and they even made a movie, Batman Under the Red Hood, with Jensen Ackles playing Jason Todd. It was actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's also a pretty worth watch comic.
And then he goes off. He starts off as kind of a bad guy because he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill everybody."
Have you played Arkham Knight?
I don't know.
I don't agree with how they
I've played
portrayed him,
most
though.
of them. I can't. Is that the
It's
newest
the
one?
newest
That's
one.
That was
I
the
don't
last
think the
one.
Batmobile.
I may have, but I haven't gotten far in it because there's one part of it that, if I'm thinking of Arkham Knight,
dropped the
I can't
Batmobile.
I can't fucking beat the shit, and it's pissing me off. So I stopped playing it. I'll have
Just
to
a
come back to
disclaimer.
it.
That game was good. Why the fuck was that whole game basically about the Batmobile?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah. Because there was a lot of Batmobile, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
They
I want to
wanted
like glide around and shit.
They wanted to one up Arkham City because Arkham
Yeah.
City won Game of the Year being basically open world.
Yeah,
And
see, but that was a good
that
game.
was an
was a
amazing
good
game.
game.
And they pretty much wanted to one up it, and their one up tore them down.
So they made it into fucking Gran Turismo Batman edition. Like, bullshit.
Yeah,
Essentially, and
there was way
this-
too much.
Yeah, too much.
I didn't like it.
You know it was too much when you fought Deathstroke in a car. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
no, like
wow.
now I'm just gonna go fucking send it to the fucking GameStop because don't need that no more.
Yeah, you don't need it no more.
Yeah,
Just
way to
go. Just, YouTube
But
it.
going
Prick.
to Arkham Knight, I didn't like how they portrayed Jason Todd in that game. They got it. They got some points right. Don't get me wrong, but how it happened, not so much.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that. But anyways, so next you did Red Hood, which I
Yeah.
think was a great pick because he does become a superhero.
He does.
Go ahead.
My next guy is probably higher on everybody else's list, but I picked Deadpool for him before.
You bastard.
Did you switch that?
That was literally my next one.
Jesus
Switch.
Christ.
That's funny.
I have fucking Deadpool too.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna have to.
We'll pick something else.
I'm
We'll
gonna
pick
have to
something
make
else.
some movements.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you gotta have. I think a lot of people, especially nowadays, they like Deadpool. I think Deadpool. The good thing about him is just he's not your traditional superhero. You know, he's just kind of this guy that's just here to fuck shit up. He's funny. He breaks the fourth wall.
That's,
You know what I
that's
mean?
always
Yeah,
great.
everybody likes that.
He kills superheroes sometimes. It's hilarious. I mean,
There's a whole comic book that I read that's all about Deadpool just murdering everybody in the Marvel.
yeah,
comic-
it
in the
was.
Marvel-
Yeah, you let me borrow it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Well, that's one of my criteria for like superheroes. Like, if you're willing to kill, I'm a big fan. Like no, fuck all this like all this Batman shit. Like,
Yeah.
killing is wrong. Go fuck yourself, Batman. All right, that's what you get from a fucking rich white kid that fucking had a silver spoon in his mouth.
Well, yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, hey, listen.
Let me say one thing. after you're
Batman.
done.
Batman is the social justice warrior of the superhero world.
Technically, though, if you look at the comics, Batman has killed.
Yeah, but like twice.
No, 10 times.
Wait.
Over 10 times.
All right,
Wait,
over 10 times. You never hear anybody else counting how many people they killed because
Well, yeah.
they just kill motherfuckers.
All right,
Like, you
are you
get
gonna
it
get a hard
done.
on for Superman too? Him not killing too?
He's a little bit of a sissy.
Okay, I feel like
That's why
Superman-
he's nowhere on my list.
I feel like Superman had. Everybody's gonna agree with me on this. He is overpowered.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Superman.
Overpowered.
Yeah, Superman.
What do you mean by overpowered?
He gets new abilities each year.
Yeah, he does. Get
They
a lot
just
of new
create
abilities.
after the whole big hype of, oh, who would win in a fight, Superman or Goku? They pretty much the Spirit Bomb was given to Superman.
Okay, so like me, I'm
They
traditional.
pretty much just give him new shit.
I'm traditional Superman.
Plus, you put a
like-
pink rock of kryptonite in front of him, he turns gay.
Yeah, I don't know, like
No offense to gay people.
I don't know the 2017
Superman.
Superman.
I
know, like, once he died, once Doomsday killed him, that was pretty much the end of, like, me as reading comics. Like, I was a kid. I haven't read comics in a long time. But I love comic book shit. I love comic book movies. Like, yeah.
We're a
But-
nerd at heart.
But it's just one of those things. Like, all right, so, like, I'm old school fucking Superman. Like, you know,
When he just had his
tall buildings in a single bound. Like, that kind of shit.
flying,
like,
heat
yeah,
vision, and all that jazz.
if he's fucking, you know, doing quantum physics and doing fucking yoga and shit, like, okay, not my Superman. I don't know that guy.
You know, there was a moment where I got into like buying like comic book, the volumes.
Yeah.
And I bought the first New 52 Superman. And the first thing they start you off in is the fact that Superman's looking for a job, and he goes to a football tryouts as a scientist and the Daily Bugle. And he excels at everything, of course, because you know
He's
really
Superman.
he's really smart, and they offer him so much money. He's so strong that you know nobody could do anything against him in the field, and then he picks to become a reporter. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Well, think about it though. Think about it. A scientist. Okay, he could have went with scientist out of all of them, but being a football player or whatever it was.
Right.
He's the fucking Man of Steel. He could have a 300-pound guy of pure fucking muscle come at him, and he just smacks him right in front of him, and the fucking guy's knocked out.
He breaks them.
And they're gonna be like,
You ever seen that
what
movie
the fuck's-
Concussion?
Yeah. And they're like, what the fuck's going on here? Why the hell is this 300-pound guy against this, mildly toned guy?
Oh, you're saying people would be
Questioning it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So that he could have been a scientist. That could have worked for him. But in the end, he fucking picked, I don't know, being a damn reporter who fucking sucks dick for a living.
Well, the reporter makes the most sense because he can do whatever he wants while he's a reporter.
Oh yeah, I see what
Well,
you're
there's a
saying.
problem.
okay, he can also go
Nobody's looking for Clark Kent, and why Clark Kent is at the scene of the
Exactly.
the crime.
Yeah.
taking
because-
pictures and shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
That
never
makes
mind.
sense.
I take it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smarter
I get that.
choice.
I get that.
Good point.
Yeah, there you
Well
go.
played.
1 point for Joe.
You're defending. Oh, also another point for Green Lantern. He can make fake kryptonite and fuck Superman up.
You know what's
Can he actually do that?
Yeah, actually he can.
I did not know
He
that.
forces his ring to make kryptonite.
You know how every time Superman comes up, everyone's like, "Oh, kryptonite." You guys know that kryptonite didn't even exist in the comic books when it first came out. Because you guys know Superman's really old,
Right.
So
Yeah,
like
he's
when
like,
Superman like around like the 50s, you know how they had radio shows and stuff like that. So they would
Listen
do
on the radio,
Superman radio shows, and the guy that did the voice for him was like, "I'm kind of sick. I don't really want to do anything today. Can we just make something up?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll make like a rock and makes you sick, so you're not gonna be in this episode." It's like, "Okay, yeah, fine. I'm gonna go jerk off in my locker room, and we'll do the next episode." And that's how Kryptonite was born.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not know that. That's
It's
awesome.
fucking crazy.
You were telling me about this Batman documentary we should have watched.
Yeah,
It's on Hulu, right?
It's called Batman and Bill.
What's it about?
So, like, essentially, most people who know Batman comics, they think that you fucking asshole.
I'm sorry.
minute I
I'm
said
sorry.
it, the
I'm
minute
just-
I said I knew.
No, when you said like Batman and Bill, I'm just thinking like Batman sitting there with his fucking belt on and this like fucking fat hillbilly like, what y'all doing? Saving the world. Like,
Right.
I just feel this fucking redneck and Batman. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, Batman, you want to fuck my sister with me? Oh, yeah, sure, man. Yeah.
Oh, boy, you got a pretty mouth.
But like essentially, like the whole story, the documentary is like most people when they think Batman and who created Batman, they think it's Bob Kane. He did everything, huh?
It's not Bob Kane.
It's not Bob Kane. What happened was this guy named Bill Finger actually did pretty much everything Batman is. Because, like, I'll tell a little bit about it. Bob Kane, when Superman came out, Superman made a lot of money. Yeah. So this guy named Bob Kane, Bob Kane was like, I can do that. I can make a superhero in 3 days and make just as much money. So, like, the story, the way the documentary starts, it describes how his idea for Batman was, didn't look anything like Batman today. It was red tights.
Yep.
It was, like, domino mask, like Robin's. And then, like, instead of a cape, he had, like, bat wings.
Yeah.
They didn't make any sense. And then he calls in this guy named Bill Finger, and he's like, I don't know what to do here. Help me out. And he makes Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the documentary goes on from there about, like, how Bob Kane basically was like, hey, you keep doing the Batman comics. I'll make, like, 95% of the money. I'll give you some of it, but it's all mine.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
was like, I guess that's okay, because I'm making this comic book, and then...
And the story that goes
Yeah.
along with it. I don't know if you know this.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the documentary?
Now, I've seen the documentary. I used to work with my stepmom,
Mm-hmm.
do delivering papers early as fuck in the morning.
Mhm.
And sometimes I just, stay up because I'm still awake.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching this. I turn on, I don't even know. It was something comic book related on the Discovery Channel or the History Channel. Yeah, it's History Channel. And they had, like, where these ideas came from.
Uh-huh.
And, who the fuck they were. Apparently, I think I heard they were both Jewish, but they lived in... The guy who started Superman,
Yeah.
he's from Cleveland.
He's from Cleveland.
And Metropolis is based Cleveland. Whenever they portrayed in comics, Metropolis is Cleveland.
Mm.
And Gotham is a three-way split of real-time places between New York, Chicago, and San Francisco. That's why, if you would remember back when, Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face, there's a Statue of Liberty right there.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's all... I remember... That's the one thing I remember is they're, like... Gotham is a split between San Francisco, New York, and Chicago.
It's a fucked up documentary, man.
I haven't seen... if that's the one I remember seeing...
Yeah. It's pretty fucked up because
yeah.
they like tell his story and like all this shit that went down. Like it's pretty sad. Like if you like Batman, it'll make you kind of think like, I don't know if I want to like Batman anymore just because of the fact like how the guy who made him got gypped of tons of money and then had a shitty like ending to his life.
What's also what I kind of think is kind of shitty with all the comics and superheroes. Batman's a little overhyped, and I'm a Batman fan. It's like you can. All right.
Look at
but
your
yeah,
fucking
no. Okay. Only reason why I say Batman's overhyped is like, can you name like 10 villains of any other superhero?
You could do that with Spider-Man easily.
Well, yeah.
I could. Yeah, I was just about to
But
do
like,
that.
if you think about it, Batman does have like one of the best villains. And,
Him and Spider-Man
Batman-
have probably the best.
yeah, they like you can just start rattling off fucking names, villain names. And
That
when it comes to like Superman or anybody else. It's kind of hard to think of fucking villains.
You know the funny thing
because
is
Batman's all overhyped.
the one thing
with Spider-Man.
the one thing I'll give you is the fact that Green Arrow's villains
he doesn't really have any, does he?
are mainly Batman villains.
Yeah.
It also goes back to what I was saying.
God
No
damn
offense
it.
to
Yeah, exactly. It's going back to what you were saying. If
I
Batman
know.
would have just taken care of the shit and killed the motherfuckers, we wouldn't have needed Green Arrow.
yeah.
Can I-
Okay.
The fact that, hey, Green Arrow
Well,
put
Green
a
Arrow
fucking...
doesn't kill either.
Hey,
In the
no.
comics.
Now
In
he
the-
doesn't kill.
Now he
Now he
In
doesn't
the
kill.
comics, when he first came out, he always had the.
I like to think of the Green Arrow that kills people.
Me too.
You like to
Actually,
think of Arrow
I
from the TV show, but when it comes to the actual comics, he never killed either.
I really like Green Arrow, so I'm gonna come in and back him up on this, bro. I like
You
Green
guys are
Arrow.
going off the TV show, not the actual comics.
Well, what does it matter?
Because they're two
comic
different
book-
things.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are the comics and the TV show not canon anymore? Because they are now, bitch. So that's all that matters.
Not really.
I go off the show because that's what I like to watch.
Well, yeah.
And
I watch it
with
too.
anything else, I would much rather watch than read. Because I'm a little retarded.
Well, that's understood.
I don't
That's
read
understood. I'm not
well.
trying to diss on Green Arrow because
Yeah.
I love Green Arrow
Yeah.
also. All right, but I'm just saying when it comes down to facts, facts come from books, thus comic books.
Wait, facts did not come
that's,
from.
That's not.
That's not.
When it comes to comics, though, when it comes to comics,
Well, you can't. Oh, you can't even say that. Because
I
think
can't
of-
say that because it's true.
The Marvel universe is now built on their movies.
Yeah, but
They take-
what
they
started like 50 years ago? The comics started first.
I
Well-
think you might be taking that a little
How do you
too
get?
much to heart.
No, it's not. It's just pure fact. You get all the villains, you get the superheroes from these old comic books, thus bringing it into existence for other people to be like, hey, I like this. I want to know more about it. I'm going to buy these comic books because you like this certain thing. That's why we buy comic books.
I don't know. We're gonna shelve that argument for later because we're 43 minutes
Yeah.
and we haven't even
Yeah.
finished our top.
We
Yeah.
haven't even finished this
Our top
movie.
five.
You got a 3-hour podcast here.
Right. Oh no. Definitely.
So we're gonna 1, 2, and 3 this.
Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3.
So well, let's get through number 4s, and then
oh yeah, we kind of
Next. next podcast can be 3 through 2, and then next podcast can
We
be
all get a hard on
number
for our one.
ones.
Yeah,
And
we all
one.
get hard ons for our first
Yeah.
one.
All right. So is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's your
So
turn.
in keeping with tradition that we are
You're doing your two-parter.
yeah. So, and I know most people are going to disagree with me with this. However, on the not halves of superpowers, I'm going Catwoman.
Woo!
She's pretty hot.
Have you seen?
All right. Hey, now, and I know she started off as a villain,
Yeah.
Right.
She's
Thus,
sexy.
Thus, Red Hood.
but ended up as a superhero. All right.
She's
Hot as
50-50.
well.
She's still a thief at
she
heart.
makes. Oh yeah.
So is
yeah.
Deadpool's also an
Well, yeah.
assassin
Yeah.
at
Well,
heart.
yeah, he's a
There's
work
a lot
for
of
hire.
there's a lot of them that
Thus,
are
mark with a mouth.
Yeah, and if you look at it, right, every vigilante is a criminal,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So, I pick Catwoman because, right, no special powers.
Yeah.
She was just a lonely broad that
cats.
had a bunch of fucking cats, right? Like,
Yeah.
and she gives all those like lonely ass cat women something to fucking look up to.
Maybe I can be
Yeah.
So
Catwoman.
exactly. So there's
500
that.
pounds.
Hey Claire, how's it going?
So
Damn.
Claire, Catwoman, is my number 4 pick.
Plus
And
Halle Berry.
look, not to mention,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah, no. Hey, look, don't think about the movie.
Yeah.
Just think about Halle Berry and the Catwoman outfit. Like that was hot as fuck.
That was delicious.
But Michelle Pfeiffer, hot as fuck
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer.
too. Yeah.
You
So,
don't know, my friend.
I didn't look.
From Batman. The
Tim Burton movies.
Tim
yeah,
Burton.
okay, Tim Burton Batman.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
all right. So my thing is, all right. She has no superpowers. She's an excellent thief.
Yes.
She'll whip your ass, which is
I'll let her whip
sometimes a good thing to have. All right, so it's not only like, all right, she's gonna fuck you real good, and you're probably gonna lose $100 bill out of your wallet. Like,
I mean, from
You gotta wake up
with
fan.
an empty
Are you calling her an
apartment
expensive
besides
tr-
a mattress.
like yeah, like she's
She'll
an
leave the
expensive
mattress for
hooker.
you.
And for the halves of superpowers, I go number 4, the Flash.
I have him
I'll be
higher
back
up on
with
my
that
list.
I don't have him up higher on my list because I have some pretty fucking solid rock stars on my list. But the Flash, like, all right, you have the superpower of the, like, you know, I don't know, every Olympic Kenyan team. So you're fast as fuck, right? You're a gold medalist. I'm cool with that. The thing that makes him number 4 and gets him into my top 5 is that he can change the timeline.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So he can do cool shit like, you know, the fucking what's it called? The lightning and all that. Like, very cool. And he was a forensic scientist, which I love that. But that's my thing. Is if you're gonna have a I think a superpower should just be more than, you know, marathoning.
Well,
But
yeah,
I love the Flash. I love the Flash.
going back to Green Lantern, the reason why Blackest Night happened was because the Flash went back and changed time.
Fucking, that's the only thing he knows how to fucking do.
Right. Well, whose turn is it? You or me?
It was you.
Oh, me. My turn.
Are you doing?
Oh, I guess
Are we going number
How much time do we have?
3?
we could go number 3.
I think we can do 3.
Yeah, 3.
Are we doing?
Okay.
And then next podcast will be top 2.
Top 2, yeah.
Okay.
What was your?
We can do like an hour and a half.
I did my 4.
Oh.
It was Deadpool.
We can do an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so number 3 for me at least,
Mm-hmm.
specifically is going to be. I don't know why I say specifically after everything a lot. I think it's because of my job. Anyways,
Specifically.
moving on. It's a group of people actually.
The X-Men?
No,
No.
Oh.
Teen Titans.
Oh, okay.
I've always.
I love Teen Titans.
Me too, man. I've always liked the Teen Titans. I don't know why. They've always been they've been up in my list. And a lot of people disagree with me. And if Rob listens to this episode, he'll say I'm wrong. I really like the new 52 Teen Titan comics.
Who's on that team now?
Probably the original team?
It was different. It was Superboy,
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonder Girl,
Okay.
Kid Flash,
Which
Robin,
Yeah.
and I think that's it. There might have, I think Beast Boy, and then this other chick that actually wasn't in like the more known Teen Titans,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy that did this other like psychic. He was like a scion, where like he would materialize things with his mind, kind of like Green Lantern, but not really.
Okay.
So
yeah, I like
the
Titans.
Teen Titans, man, were one of my favorites. To this day, there still are. But
Especially the old TV show, not that new dumb fucking cartoon version of it. The old Teen Titans were the fucking best show ever.
you're so low right now.
I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't talk loud.
I
It's
know.
just who I am.
Okay,
Plus, Young Justice is a fucking kick-ass show.
pause. Talk.
How about now? Is that better? That's only because I'm raising my damn voice.
But talk regular.
All right. I don't know. Like this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It picks it up better.
Yeah.
You guys are louder, so
Loud
that
Racist. Racist.
so that
You're
What are
white.
you trying to say, Mr. Peruvian man?
that
Yeah.
shouldn't affect it very much.
Okay.
Alright.
And remember, one at a time, please, guys, because we're all very excited about comics.
We're
So
doing pretty well this time.
Yeah,
Not
no,
me.
no, I think so. But remember, one at a time. And you're doing fine. It's just if I tap you, though, it means that everyone's talking over each other. Okay?
Yeah.
That's all. So please don't take anything.
Tap my balls.
You know what
I'm
I
gonna
mean.
cry myself to sleep
Tippity
tonight
tap
because of
my
it.
dick.
I'm like, Carlo touched my shoulder one too many times. I gotta cry.
All right, going back.
So where are we at?
He said Teen Titans.
I said
You
Teen
get
Titans.
Teen Titans.
Yeah,
so
I
now
think my top 3 pick is going to be Teen Titans because...
But okay, how about this? Out of all the Teen Titans, of the ones you picked, you have to pick one person because
Who's your favy?
Because that's Teen Titans
True,
is a
yeah.
group.
Yeah, you have to pick a
Well,
Titan.
I said
You have to pick a Titan.
I can't.
Because you could
That's
just-
why I said Teen Titans.
No, you
Yeah,
you
but
have
that's like
to though.
that's like me saying
Picking
like,
the
oh, my
Avengers.
top 5 is X-Men. Like that's bullshit.
I
Pick
and
a Titan.
Justice League.
think
And
I said
you gotta-
top 5 superheroes. So groups.
Doesn't- I don't- you
I
gotta
think
pick
group.
one
I don't know,
person.
to me, it counts, and I can't pick because they're
Try
all
to
really
pick
awesome.
one person.
I just said I can't, bitch.
Try.
I can't.
Because I could just put down the fucking Justice League, and that incorporates
Yeah.
all the Justice League,
Well-
or all the X-Men, or all the Avengers.
He's taking the bitch way out. Next.
Whatever, assholes.
I got.
All right,
Just
hold
saying.
on.
All right,
Just
okay.
saying.
Pick one.
We all had to narrow a fucking superhero down. We had lists of specific people.
All right,
Like,
Beast Boy,
the-
Beast Boy, Beast Boy.
I
Fuck
knew
off.
it. I knew you were gonna
Beast
say
Boy.
it.
Beast Boy is pretty beast.
Okay.
No,
There you go.
see
Whatever,
what I did there?
assholes.
There you go.
Fucking crucify me, why don't
At least
you?
she made a fucking decision.
Right? Jesus.
You know what
Christ.
happened here? You just didn't want to put Beast Boy on your top 5, so you're like, I gotta include everybody
Hey,
else.
Beast Boy's still pretty badass.
Oh yeah, he's pretty awesome.
He's awesome.
Who's up next?
It'd be Dariano.
Darren.
Darren. I have Deadpool down, but I don't want to pick that because everybody put
No.
Deadpool.
You
But
put your
why is
reasoning why.
Deadpool above the other people?
Yeah.
Well, I could be a dick and pick X-Men Origins, Wolverine's Deadpool, but that was just a shit show.
I liked it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you born in a damn barn? Are you retarded? You look...
The what was it, Project X or whatever he
What
was?
project? Yeah.
I liked it.
When he had his mouth shut and
Mouth so shut?
I liked it.
really?
Yeah.
No.
No, it wasn't. Was it? But okay. So was it the actual Deadpool story?
No.
No.
And it's
What?
not the Deadpool.
It is what most of these fucking things are. Is your artistic take on X, Y, and Z, right? Because if you read the comics, 85% of the fucking comics is one way. The movie takes it a completely different way. Like,
And nobody
look
liked
at old Logan, right? If you watch the X-Men series, the movies,
Okay.
Xavier's dead. He got fucking like evaporated by Phoenix.
Right.
So how the fuck is he there in old Logan? It's
I can
The
explain
timeline
it.
changed.
It's a timeline change from Days of Future
movies.
Past.
okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
they-
so
they-
I didn't.
that's
I
why.
didn't catch that.
It's not your
That-
fault.
I didn't
no,
catch that.
They did a
But-
big ass.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But is that the same in the comic book? Like, is that how it all went down?
Now,
No,
I could-
it's artistic. You know, I can't think of the word right now. Artistic expression, right? You make it what it is. I thought that Deadpool was cool in that the way that they showed the different abilities from the different mutants. I thought that was cool. Now, was it Deadpool? No.
Right.
No.
yeah.
They used the
I
same
can
actor, which
understand.
that was cool.
Right.
But-
I can say something about that.
I will say one thing. You guys can rank on him, but if that Deadpool didn't exist, then in the new Deadpool movie, they wouldn't have had that awesome joke that they had with the toy. They're like, "What the fuck is this thing?"
Well, and I think the other thing is that you might not have gotten a Deadpool movie
Exactly.
if they didn't show that with some like motherfuckers like, that's
Yeah.
fucking cool. Like he has all these powers combined. So
Right.
he was pretty much the Captain Planet of the X-Men.
Now,
Go ahead,
with Deadpool, I did some looking into and reading, and why Ryan Reynolds was like he's like a hardcore like Deadpool fan to like the heart, and when they decided he didn't like Deadpool, X-Men, Wolverine, the origins
Most
Wolverine.
people didn't.
With, 90% or 99% and Angelo being that 1%. Population 1.
Yeah.
He portrayed that one only because he's like, if I'm, I want to play this part, and if I gotta do this shitty rendition of it, I'm the one that wants to do it.
So here's where I think I have an advantage above other people that are just like total comic book nerds, right? Being that I am not a complete comic book nerd, I can enjoy watching the cinema and going, oh, that's cool. I don't get like all fucking like
butthurt.
Yeah, exactly. That's not the way it happened.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I liked it too.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, so the fuck what? If it's cool, it's cool. Now,
thus,
like I said,
I'm gonna get a lot of shit for what I'm gonna say next.
He's not Deadpool, right? But I think it was a cool concept that led to the Deadpool character. Yeah.
And also, what they did with this storyline, since they decided to do Days of Future Past, it all actually happened. Professor X dying in, what was it, X2? Right? Was it X2 that he died? Or X3?
No,
Three.
X3.
Was it X3 that he died?
Yeah.
Because Mystique lost her powers now.
Yeah.
Okay, they did that. That all actually happened. And when Days of Future Past happened, Days of Future Past created Flashpoint. All the nerds, know what Flashpoint is. Mm-hmm. So, Flashpoint is, so that Deadpool actually happened, and thus this Deadpool decided to go into Flashpoint, which we're all following right now since they decided to, they're doing, all origins of everybody and everybody under the sun. Now, I gotta agree with you, liking, different renditions of it, but I also understand the same point of the, virgin nerds who push their glasses up to their face like I do all the damn time. Because I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of shit probably from all three of you. When I was a kid watching, Daredevil with Ben Affleck, I fucking thought that was a damn shit. But granted, I was a little kid and didn't know any better. And shit like that.
I also liked shitty movies when I was younger, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, but if you think about it, like, Daredevil was the tits when it came out. Like, because it was one of the original, it was the OGs of the comic book movies, right? So, like, no, was it done well now compared to what they do now, or the Daredevil show? Absolutely not.
That fucking dumb fight scene between Carmen Electra.
Oh my god, yeah.
And
Carmen Electra.
No.
Electra.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Carmen Electra.
Where they're on the fucking seesaw.
Right. Yeah. That fucking. You know.
But when you're a little kid, you're like, that's fucking sweet, man.
I think a movie. Okay, so I'm the personality of when I see a movie, like if I'm hyped for it, I'll be like, oh, the movie was great, and then after the movie, it's when I realize how shitty that movie is. Yes. It's not even like, oh, that movie was trash right after the movie. I go, I liked it. As I'm driving home, I don't know if I liked it.
Or you give it like a month.
Yeah, and then afterwards I'm like, oh god, dude, now that I think about it, that movie was fucking shit.
You know what's happening? You know what that is? I call it the Taco Bell effect. What happens is you eat Taco Bell, you're like, oh,
so fucking good.
This is so good. Oh, what's wrong with my stomach? Oh, something's really bad. I gotta go take a shit. That's what happens.
All right.
Or Taco Bell when you're drunk. That never, ever ends well.
So who's next for the top three?
That would be me. So before I start, since you guys have been talking about all this X-Men stuff, I'm going to say one thing about these fucking movies. Fuck Halle Berry. Because she fucked all those movies in the third one when she was like, I want to make more money and I want a bigger role, so give me a bigger role. And they were like, okay, we'll just kill off half of the cast and we'll see how it works out. And they were like, that wasn't a good idea. So
no, yeah, that's actually a big deal.
Yeah,
and
she's still hot.
The reason why is because she was at the peak of her fame.
Yeah.
With the movies, yeah, dude, that's why she was at the peak of her fame, so she got what she wanted.
I don't think she was at the peak.
She was on
the no. I think she was on the downward. So she was trying to get back up.
I see what you're
saying. And that's why she was like, oh, no, me. Mm-hmm. Because when she was at her peak, she wouldn't give a flying fuck. She had fucking people throwing, the dick of fucking playwrights at her, or whatever.
Oh, the scripts.
Yeah. The dick of scripts at her, like, oh, here you go.
You're so
Everybody
good.
wanted her. She was so
That's
fucking
true
hot.
because that's why she got naked in Monster Ball. Was it Monster Ball? Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Monster
In
Ball?
Monster, what happened before that?
She looked good naked?
She was she's
yeah.
a good actress, so they were like, we want to see you naked. And they were like, we'll pay. And then they got to the point where Monster Ball came out, and they're like, listen, we'll pay you more money, if you get naked. Because she was like, I'm not going to do that. And they're like, we'll give you money. She's like, fine, fuck it. Like, if you're going to pay more money,
Right.
I'll show my titties. Fuck it.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think she was on the downward trend of her career at that time.
desperate.
So she was trying to salvage it, and that's when she got greedy.
Yeah, she did get gritty.
Are you looking at the pictures right now?
Naked Holly Berry?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I remember. Okay. I'm just glad nothing,
Okay. Right?
Damn.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
I'd let her sit on my face. Also, since Halle Berry, also aka Storm, I
Just
didn't
don't
like.
kiss that monkey because it's cheating.
I see what you did there.
Call back.
I didn't like how they made Storm evil in in the X-Men movie.
Renditions.
No, but I just
Are you talking about
In the
Apocalypse?
past.
an Apocalypse.
She does that in the I think
Yeah,
that
she's-
happens to her in the 90s TV show.
She's one of the Four Horsemen.
In the
Yeah.
90s TV show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just didn't like how they portrayed her as evil.
Well, at the end of it, she she was I don't know how to explain it, but
She was confused.
Granted,
She gets she buys into the hype and
well,
then
yeah.
goes back to her,
Also,
her default of being
Right.
good.
also it does incorporate the X-Men Flashpoint that they decided to make with Days of Future Past.
Oh yeah, with them
That's what I'm
changing
calling with Days of Future Past. I'm just calling X-Men
You-
Flashpoint.
You feel
Yeah,
really,
you're-
you feel
you're-
like really good about that name.
Yeah, you're crossing genres, and once again, you're causing nerds to stop jerking off.
I'm fine with
You
that.
know what you're doing, and this will get them back on track. You're crossing the streams, man. You can't cross the streams.
Yeah, but-
You never cross the streams.
never.
Yeah,
cross
you never
the
cross the streams unless you have to. But I had to, so they're.
Speaking of
winning.
streams, my number 3, I'm gonna go with Green Lantern because
boom, high five.
beep.
Which
I like.
one?
I can't pick one. I'd say all of them are. They all have their own thing that I like. One of them is black and he's awesome,
One of them wears a vest.
right? That one's kind of
One's gay,
Kyle Ryder is a baller.
sucking dick.
Hal Jordan, he's a baller too. So I like them all. I really do.
The only difference between them is that Hal Jordan
Yeah.
had to use the ring to have a big dick. Hal Ryder didn't.
That's fucking.
Cal Ryder
That's
put the
great.
fucking Green Lantern ring on his dick, and it's like,
oh, bitch.
Gotta use will to get this.
Kiss the ring, bitch. Anyways, I've always liked it just because I like the aspect of I always like the idea of galaxies and whatnot, and I like the image that the Green Lantern universe conveys in terms of the kind of these galactic policemen that kind of
Right.
monitor the world.
They're like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I really also enjoy a lot about Green Lantern is the fact that
the lore too. I
the
like
lore is pretty awesome. The new rings that they introduced, that was pretty cool because each ring kind of represented something. So red's rage,
yeah,
blue's hope, green is oh my
willpower, altruism.
Will.
yeah.
Yellow's fear.
Yeah, yellow's fear. So I really enjoy that because each one has their own kind of niche too. Because for example, yellow they fed on fear, and red I thought was really kind of cool and gross at the same time. To convert another lantern, they grabbed them and then they puked on their face.
Well,
Really?
Yeah,
well, it's if you think about the Green Lantern, all the rings, what is it really mirroring is psychology.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, so it's looking at all the different stages of your mind and the different kind of moods you can be in. So that was cool that if you read into it enough, you're like,
Oh, yeah,
shit,
definitely.
Okay, I'm a lantern at all different times of my life, whether I'm consumed with fucking rage, or I'm feeling down on myself, or I need this fucking new job, but I'm afraid to lose my old job, so I'm all fucking Yellow Lantern-y, so yeah, I think that was cool the way that they they did that, and I might be reading too much into it, but
No, you aren't. That's,
it reflects like human psychology.
Yeah.
So, am I up?
Yes,
you, man.
you
All right. So, I had a tie,
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
and I didn't know where to fit this guy in, but I had a tie. So, as odd as it is for my not halves, because he's kind of a hybrid. There was a tie between the Atom
Okay.
and Daredevil,
Okay.
right? Because on one hand you have Daredevil, right?
It's Daredevil.
Normal dude with a disability heightens all of his other senses, right? So he becomes this fucking super badass dude that he has no superpowers, but he has heightened abilities,
Yeah,
right? So
and
he's
he
kind of a hybrid
Yeah.
between haves and have-nots. Atom was just fucking awesome because if you can create a suit to shrink down to an atom, like, really, it's going to be very hard to figure that out because what superhero do you know can magnify shit to the size of an atom? So how are you going to see him? And I
Other than
remember
Ant-Man?
one comic book where I think it was with Batman. He like went into a villain and like went into his lungs and started exploding the alveoli in his lungs by like expanding just a little bit, and basically like went in and exploded all the alveoli so that the guy couldn't breathe. He couldn't change.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he couldn't dissolve carbon dioxide and oxygen. He couldn't make that gas exchange and suffocated to death.
Yeah.
Like, that
That's cool.
is some pimp shit. That's pimp shit. Like,
is pretty
you're
awesome.
using fucking science to kill a motherfucker. I love you. So,
That's pimp
that's my number 3.
Is that the non-power list?
Yeah.
That's the non-power list. On the power list, you have Rogue.
Rogue. Okay.
Rogue.
Yeah.
So,
She's fine.
she can fly. She's hot as fuck. And she can steal other mutants' powers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she gives you a hand jibber, and she steals your power at the same time.
It doesn't
Like,
even have to be power. It could just be
well, that's what I'm
like,
saying.
yeah.
Like, you're gonna come, die, and she's gonna become whatever the fuck you were. Like,
Is
that's
it-
a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Does she keep the power, or is it just all, how they portrayed it, limited time only?
It depends.
I think it's limited time only,
Yeah.
but still.
Plus, it doesn't even have to be power. It could be like intellect, strength,
But
agility.
she was hot as fuck
Well,
that
yeah.
she can get anybody to do it.
Well, yeah, don't yeah.
Right? Like, if Professor X could get that little fucking dinghy up, he'd have got a hand jibber, and she'd have been reading some fucking minds up in this bitch. Like,
She'd been like, who thinks I'm hot?
That's a bad broad right there. That's a scary.
But it's
fucking
also,
superhero
it kind
to
of
think about.
sucks. You can't be intimate with anybody.
Yeah, you
She
can.
can?
Yeah,
Then
you
Without
she's
can.
gonna
killing-
die.
Yeah, but no, like, if she wanted a lasting relationship.
Yeah, fuck it.
What? Hey, look. I don't think her powers extended through latex. If it'll stop AIDS, it'll
I was
stop Rogue.
just about to
Yeah,
say.
but, like-
I was just about to say. Have you never seen Bubble Boy?
Stop! Wait a minute! Cut the fuck! Stop fucking talking! You need to stop talking. Did you just hear what he said?
Yeah.
That is the best ad line for a condom thus far. If it can stop. What was it? What was it?
If it'll stop AIDS, it'll stop Rogue. Trojan.com.
It's our new X edition.
There you go. Oh my god, that's awesome.
It is.
X condoms.
And and with that, we're gonna end this episode of the Designated Drinkers podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. Join us again for the next episode. We're probably also gonna talk mainly about comic books. Yeah, probably most likely gonna talk more about comic books.
And our last two.
Yeah, and our next top 2, which will come after that. Thank you very much. My name is Carlo,
Darren.
This is Joe.
And Angelo.
and we are the Designated Drinkers. Keep on drinking.
If I get a chance to have some Italian sausage, dude, it's on.